It's 3 p.m. on September the 19th. I hereby call this special meeting to order. We're going to forego the Pledge of Allegiance here. Has the notice of this meeting been posted?
Yes, sir. I certify that it has been posted in accordance with the law.
Okay. Let me take a quick roll call. Trustee Broussard. Trustee King.
Here.
Trustee Maria. Trustee Pierce.
Present.
Trustee Saldivar. Trustee Sullivan.
Here.
Trustee Vogt.
Present.
Trustee Wilson.
Here.
And myself, Trustee Stoma. Any public comments?
Chair Stoma, there is no public comment.
Alrighty. Then we're here to just give notice and intent to hold the required public hearing and to set the ad valorem tax rate for tax year 2023. I need a motion to hear this.
So
Do I have a
moved.
motion?
So moved. Trustee Pierce.
Okay. Second.
Second.
It's all yours, Jennifer.
Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining this afternoon. It is a special board meeting, so I appreciate your time. This is part of the state legislative process for setting our ad valorem tax rate. This is just one step of the process. The proposed tax rate is 10.76 cents, which is a reduction in our tax rate from the prior year, which was 10.78 cents. We have been at 10.78 cents for several years now. So this would be the first time in a while that we are proposing to lower that tax rate. And within the tax rate, there's two components. So M&O is maintenance and operations, and INS is interest and sinking fund, which is our debt service. So on the maintenance and operations side, this is the primary piece of the ad valorem tax rate that does fund our operations and comprises about 50% of our revenues. There, the M&O rate proposed would be 7.32 cents. And then the debt service tax rate proposed is 3.44 cents. To provide a bit more detail on these proposed tax rates, again, lowering the rate to 10.76 cents. And the key here with that debt service tax rate at 3.44 cents, that will allow us to pay off 30.25 million of our debt early, resulting in present value savings in interest payments of 9.7 million. Just a few items I would like to note in terms of the requirements of what we need to follow. The state has us complete a worksheet. It's very much like an IRS worksheet where it's line by line that we have to fill in specific items. But through that, we calculate two primary things. There is the no new revenue rate. This is the tax rate that would result in the exact same amount of revenues as what we received last year. No increase in tax revenues. So that's the no new revenue rate. And for this year, that rate is calculated as 9.62 cents. From there, we then calculate the voter approval tax rate. So this adds 8% for operations on properties that were on the rolls in both years. So new properties does add an additional amount on top of that. But that voter approval rate is calculated at 10.76 cents. And that is the rate that we are proposing. Just to go through, there's definitely a relatively specific calendar and tasks that we need to follow for this process. First, once we receive the certified values from the appraisal districts, that's what kicks off the calendar. A lot of the timeline requirements are a certain number of days from the date that we receive certified values. This year, we received them on August 29th. From there, so the no new revenue rate and the voter approval rates that we calculated were posted on our website on Thursday, September 14th. Then at this special meeting here is when the board will vote on providing the notice of intent for holding a public hearing that is required. With that getting set, we will post that notice on our webpage and publish it in newspapers by Thursday, September 28th. And then this public hearing from today's agenda item is proposed to be held on Thursday, October 5th. That is the same day as our regular board meeting. It is a separate meeting, but on that day, we would first hold the public hearing, and then after that, have our regular October board meeting, at which time, then on that October 5th date, the board can vote on on setting the actual tax rate after holding the public hearing. Now, if for some reason that October 5th date does not work, there is still some additional time. It would need to be a special board meeting, but the deadline for us to adopt a tax rate is Friday, October 27th. I wanted to note that in case that is needed for any reason. I did want to give this 15-year history of the tax rate because we do consistently keep our tax rate below the state average. And here again, you can see the slight decrease that we are proposing from the 10.78 cents to 10.76. So that concludes everything. This is meant as just this high-level summary of those dates that I noted earlier in more detail. Right, with today being our special meeting to vote on setting the hearing and the proposed tax rate. And then Thursday, October 5th, to hold the public hearing on that proposed rate. And then for the board to vote on whether to adopt that tax rate. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Trustees, any questions or comments?
David, I have a question. Are
Go
these
ahead.
figures, do they have incorporated in them the reduction in our, or the increase in our
The homestead exemption.
yes, yeah.
Yes, I had meant to note that, yes, in June, the board did vote to increase the homestead exemption rate from 1% to 8%. So that is already incorporated in the tax rolls that we have received. Yeah, so this does include that increase.
Did that answer your question, Trustee Vogt?
It does.
Any other questions or comments? Then we're required to have a roll call vote on this issue.
You need a motion first, Chair?
We've already made motions and seconded, so all we need to do is vote. So let me go down the list. Trustee Kane,
Yes.
Trustee Pierce,
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan,
Yes.
Trustee Vogt,
Yes.
Trustee Wilson,
Yes.
myself, Trustee Stoma, yay, yes. So the motion passes. I'm required to read a calling to public hearing notice, so bear with me. I, Michael Stoma, Chair of the Lone Star College Board of Trustees, call for a public hearing and vote on the proposed tax rate to be held Thursday, October the 5th, 2023 at 5 p.m. during the regular board meeting. The total ad valorem tax rate proposed for adoption includes the proposed maintenance and operations component of 0.0732 cents per $100 of assessed valuation and the interest and sinking component of 0.344 cents per $100 of assessed valuation for tax year 2023. The public hearing and vote will be held in the boardroom located at 5000 Research Forest Drive, The Woodlands, Texas, 77381, and via Zoom. The administration will ensure proper notice is published for this meeting. Is there anything else to be Any other business for this meeting today?
I have a question. Jennifer, at the October 5th meeting, are you gonna be presenting this for the public as well?
Yes, typically I have a couple of slides for that as well. It's shorter than this one.
Okay,
Oh,
are you
this-
gonna, go ahead.
This too is a public meeting, by the way.
Yes.
But I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
just for this,
Go ahead.
can you make sure in the slide that you add that the homestead exemption is there just in case? You have people from the public communities come, so they can be clear that it is included in this.
Yes, thank you. I like that idea. Yes, thank you.
And Mr. Chancellor, it'd be my recommendation that once this has been approved by the board in October 5th meeting, that you publicize this throughout the district to let people know that we're doing our job here.
Yes,
All
sir.
of us.
Yes, sir, will do.
Any other comments or questions? If not, I've got 11 minutes after 3. I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.